What's a good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varn, the owner of SportsHalfballs.com. What are we talking about today? Oh, yes. We've talked about looking ahead. We talked about finding spots where you look ahead. You can personally look ahead. And I'm going to really focus this on football to find spots weeks ahead of time, to find spots now. Right now, it's June. And you can do this with daily sports, but you do that in season. Kind of take the same concept, but know it's day to day. But we're going to focus on football right now. So how do we personally take accountability and look for spots now? And you know what? Before you make a bet, it's okay to be wrong. You don't even have to tell anyone you're wrong. You're like, oh, no, I thought they were going to be good, and they're not. And so this whole spot thing I might have made up in June is not good now in October because the Browns suck. I thought they were going to be pretty good. I thought this was a look-ahead spot, or they were in a sandwich spot, but they're no good, so it doesn't really apply anymore. Take the teams. You can make predictions on who you think the good teams are. The Kansas City's going to be good this year. Chargers are going to be good. You know, you got the ones that are more apt to be if they stay healthy. That's another thing, health. We'll talk about injuries in another video. Kansas City, San Francisco, I don't know, Dallas, Philly. You know, you got some teams that you believe are going to be good, and some that are like, no doubt, it's like, okay, they'll be a playoff team. And if they're not, adjust. Always be adjusting. So what I mean looking ahead, you can look at schedules. Look at the NFL schedule. Look who's on a short week versus a long week. Look who's going to Germany and coming back. Even if they get a week off, they could still not be in a good frame of mind when they come back. The England games. And you can determine in your mind, Jacksonville's going to be good. They're going to be in a letdown spot here. They're going to be looking at it, and do that for a bunch of teams. And it's okay that 4 weeks in, you're starting to cross things out. But I got something for you guys that are not sports fans. Now, I know a majority of people who bet football, a majority of people who bet sports at all, maybe not baseball, but people who bet sports in general like sports. And you don't have to like sports to win betting sports. It might even, if you don't like sports much, I know you probably do to an extent if you're going to bet on it. But if you don't really care about sports or don't care about watching the sport, actually that could be an advantage. You might not have to deal with the emotional issue. Like, I'm going to be mad if the Grizz my national champion Montana Grizzlies don't make a national title run like they did last year. I'll be upset. But that doesn't have anything to do with betting, so it's okay. So if you don't care as much about the teams, this could actually be a better thing. So you're looking forward. So what I mean by this is you love watching Sunday football because you got your fantasy team, you got everything going on. Some people don't. So you look at what are the lines going to be? You can always find look-ahead lines. So you can see if you think you're getting value because one team got blown out and now all of a sudden the spread is at 3 and now it's at 5. Or you can be like, I'm going to take the team in a look-ahead spot and bet that -3 because come next week it's going to be 4.5, 5, 6. And you can look at that. And you can look at this. You can watch. What's great is, you might be overwhelmed on Saturday watching football and all that. But if you're not, you can still look for the next week's. But this works really more in the NFL. You can be like, oh, I survived watching all those games and, or not. You went floating instead and just came back and got the results. And now you're just going to kind of hang out, have a beer, watch have a soda because you don't want to be gambling with anything, bringing you want to have a clear mind. That's what I want to say when you're betting. But you could be having your soda and pizza, watching the Eagles and Cowboys on a Sunday night. Start looking at the lines as they start coming out for next week. They could over adjust because, the 49ers just lost at home to the Rams, and now they go to Seattle. And maybe they'll only be 2, where the look-ahead line, they might have been -5. And you still know that you believe in your mind that the 49ers are good. Jump on a line. You can jump on lines the week before. There's no rules that say you can't bet next week's games because there's always look-ahead lines. And so you see, I would even recommend writing down the look-ahead lines from before the Sunday games play out, and then what you're kind of looking for. You're like, if this plays out like this, then their spread's gonna go down. Then I can jump on them because they're a team that bounces back. And what I really like, this is even more for people who are not like into every play, into every game, watching every player, or know the players' names. You don't want to have to know the players' names to win in this game. You just got to know, because actually the less you like sports, almost the better. Okay, I'll say it again. The less you like sports, the better, because of the emotional situation. You're not going to be affected by this running back went down, when most of the people think running backs matter. So with the personal, I call this personal look ahead. Like, teams have look ahead spots or sandwich spots. You can get ahead of the market. And I'm not even saying this works all the time, but while other people are watching those 4 o'clock games, 4 o'clock Eastern games, you have results of the 1 o'clock game, and you could be looking towards what's, lines might be coming out, or totals will come out. Or you can be like, whoa, okay, when that team total comes out, I'm going to hammer that right on Monday, right when the team total comes out. Or this first day it comes out on a Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm looking for that team to score a lot. Maybe I don't want to give those points, but there's so many options out there now that when you put in time, and I know this is for more advanced people who like want to make some decent money, who want to make more money, who want to win more often. Because I understand the people that just want to do this recreationally and not put the advantage in your favor. But for you guys who really want to get into this stuff and become a winner and prove me right by showing people that more than 1% win at this game, it's kind of fun. I had a discussion with that. And it's like, I don't know a lot of people, but maybe I know 10, 15 people in my life that's ever bet on sports. And I'm like, I won, and I don't worry about proving it to other people. It's like, whatever. I know I've won over the last 5 years. I've ended up with more than I mean, it's not like life-changing money, but I've won more than I've lost. So I've done that. Oh, my buddy's done that. This guy hasn't. This guy hasn't. This guy hasn't. So like 3 out of 15 maybe have made bets in their lives. And then, 12 of them never really made money and 3 did. And then people talk about long-term, and I understand that. And long-term is like 7 bets over 5 years for some people. And others are like, just betting what they actually see, the teams they see. So when people say that most people don't win in this industry, it's like most is such a term where you can say 70% win, and that would mean most don't win. 10% don't win, so yeah, only 30% win, and I get that. And you throw in long term, what's that, 5 years, 1 year, 6 weeks. Everyone has a different opinion. So when you give people confidence that more than 1% win, then they take a little angle like, let's do that just 1 week. Let's just try it a couple weeks, Let's look ahead. Let's look at the sports book. This game is, you get 3 games and nothing's really going on. They're not big games in the 4 o'clock window. It happens, or they're all blowouts, or there's 2 blowouts and then one between 2 teams that aren't that good, and you're just watching just because it's close and it's the NFL and you got a fantasy player there. Look in the sports book and go, oh, they put this team at 4. They were going to be at 2, but because they did this, we're going to have to put it out at a different number. And it's never that the numbers are wrong. The numbers are equalizing people. So you can think the number is wrong because you believe in one side, but that's what makes the market. We're going to do a video on how sports is markets also. But I just wanted to bring that along, that you can look ahead, look at the schedule. You can, if you're really bored at work, say you're on light duty at work. All right. And it's like you have to rest a bunch of times. Go look up some stats because you have to rest. They have 2 broken legs, but they pretend to have a way that you can work. So, in your free time, in waiting at the doctor's office, look up some stuff and see. And just because you're bored and watching Netflix, I mean, I'm on the phone a tenth of the time when I'm watching Netflix. Maybe, you're just kind of hanging out, watching a show and not doing much. Or hang out with someone else that, has the same idea of like, let's try to win money this year in the NFL. And so just kind of chart, go, okay, it's raining out. We can't go down the lazy river. We can't go floating. There's nothing really to do. Let's go chart some of the NFL. Let's do the first 6 weeks and see what we can come up with. And, that's an ebb and flow because, the teams that you thought were good won't be. And then the teams you thought were bad will be a little better than you thought. But you'll still have some gems in there. And you can always throw away the stuff you were wrong on. Who cares if you're wrong? You didn't bet on it. It's fine. So just, personally look at stuff. Look ahead. Give yourself a better chance. So that's good. That's all I got for this one. We're going to talk about cluster injuries in the video. We're going to talk about sports as a market. We got so much. We just want to put so much. I don't even know if I want to keep it on the site, but right now we're putting it on the site. But come to my YouTube channel. We're going to have hundreds of videos when it's all said and done, which will never be said and done because there's always a different way to attack the market. And there's always a way that the market catches up. So one viewpoint goes down, you just find another one. So we'll see you in the next video. Do a little work, make a little money, and let's make money.